I'm Sucheta Singh and you're watching Go Island on Shaw TV.
On today's show, the kettles ring out, but where does the money go? Picking the perfect tree and celebrating Hanukkah. All that and much more coming up on Go Island.
This is the season to celebrate, of course, be merry and go to a lot of parties. But if you're caught drinking and driving, of course, you'll be put on the naughty list. And I'm joined by Sergeant Graeme LeBlanc. And you have counterattack going on right now.
Yes, we do.
Throughout the month of?
Throughout the month of December. It goes right up till December 31st.
Mm-hmm.
And
is this your busiest time of year?
well, it's actually not our busiest time of year, but we do see an increased police presence during the Christmas counterattack campaign. But if our busiest period is probably the beginning of the summer months.
Some of the consequences if you're caught drinking and driving?
Well, if you're caught drinking and driving and the officer chooses to deal with you under the criminal code, you can expect a court appearance. If you're convicted of that, it's a 1-year driving prohibition, $1,000 fine, and your car will be impounded. You'll get a roadside suspension for 3 months. If the officer chooses to deal with you under the new immediate roadside prohibition laws, you're looking at an immediate 30-day impoundment of your, 30-day impoundment of your vehicle, a 90-day driving prohibition. You can expect some administrative penalties and sanctions, about $750. There's the towing and impound fees, which cost about another $700.
So it's expensive for you.
Well, and you know, the list doesn't stop there. There's the responsible driver program, mandatory, $880, and there's ignition interlock and the monitoring fees, which cost about $1,400. So you're probably looking at about $4,500 if you don't plan ahead and arrange a ride when you're having your fun at night.
Do you think people get it?
The feedback that we've been getting from the general public is that they're very excited about the laws. They're happy that the police are able to do something quick and easy and keeps them on the street to keep that enforcement. Anecdotally, you know, obviously the people I'm dealing with aren't very happy. And nobody's come up to me and said, you know, that's the best thing you've ever done for me. But we are seeing the numbers of the fatalities decrease in the province. I think the last media release I saw said that the fatalities in the province have decreased 46%. So that's a lot of extra people walking around today that wouldn't have been this time last year. And I think that's the really good news story out of this. And
how many people on average are you still pulling over, I guess, impounding their vehicles?
Well, in the month of November, we still we dealt with at least 75 impaired drivers. Probably about half of those would have been the 90-day fail or straight out criminal code impaireds. And that's pretty constant month to month, anywhere from 75 to 100, depending on the time of year.
And you're not only catching them at night, like we were talking about. I mean, you have roadblocks in the middle of the day sometimes.
Well, yeah, and it's funny. I've said this before, but we can set up a roadblock any time of the day or any time of the night, and we'll catch impaired drivers. So the example that you're talking about was 2:30 in the afternoon, and we had somebody blow a fail on the roadside screening device. So he's impaired. And he gets dealt with accordingly. So, and you know what? I mean, I've done it myself. 9 o'clock in the morning, somebody didn't wait long enough the night before, and you know, you can still be impaired the morning after, and some people find out the hard way.
So just plan ahead and have a safe ride home.
Well, and that's what we're looking for, right? We want people to be active in a plan. There's really no reason that you need to drink and drive nowadays. True designated driver, there's lots of very inexpensive driving services that'll pick up you and your car, so you won't be out without it. Taxis are very plentiful. Bus service goes late at night. The one up to UVic goes until 1:30 in the morning. So there's really no excuse for people to drink and drive.
And you'll be out for the rest of the season, I guess.
You know, and that's what it comes down to. If you come through one of our roadblocks and you're impaired, you will get caught. And it's just a matter of time. If you are a person that does it regularly, it's just a matter of time before we catch you. But we will.
As you've been out and about shopping, you may have noticed the red kettles and the ringing of bells as the Salvation Army Kettle Drive is underway right now. But do you know where that money goes? Nikki Unishin has our story. It's time to pick a Christmas tree if you haven't done so already. But with so many options out there, how do you pick the perfect one? Well, James Green gives you some ideas. We're going to take a quick break right now. When we come back, we'll introduce you to a new segment right here on Go, where you get inside the heads of all of us around the office, opinions and all. Stick around. Welcome back to Go Island. We're going to start featuring a new segment on Go. It's called The Breakdown. It's where we get some of the reporters around a table or some of the other faces you've seen on the channel, behind the scenes staff and all. And we're going to let you into our minds a bit. We're going to ask off-the-cuff questions behind the scenes of some of the stories, what went into making a story come together and all. So here's our first segment, and hope you enjoy it. There you go. That was our first episode of The Breakdown. Let us know what you think about it. Email us at go_islandsouth@shaw.ca with your comments and suggestions. A quick break now. When we come back, we're celebrating the Jewish faith. Welcome back to Go Island. It's one of the symbols of the Jewish faith, and it's signaling a very special time of the year. Terry Church has our story. If you've ever had to depend on Meals on Wheels, you'll know how important the program is. But on Gabriola Island, it's been on hiatus for the last several years. But as Annette Lucas tells us, it's back and just in time. That's all the time we have on today's show. Don't forget, drinking and driving counterattacks are on all around the region right now. So if you're caught drinking and driving, the consequences are severe. So just don't do it. Call some of the programs around town to help plan for a safe ride for yourself and others on the road. Don't forget, you can check us out on Twitter. We are Go Island South, Facebook Go Island South, and email us go_islandsouth@shaw.ca, and we will see you next time.